I think we've got one of the greatest studio audiences ever this afternoon, so we want to thank them for joining us. If you'd like to find out how you can become a member of our studio audience for Delmarva Life, visit delmarvalife.com, click on the show tab, or just call that number right there on your screen, 443-880-9162.
I will obey. I'm living like I want to live. Yes, I will.
You have a chance to see the rest of that play this weekend.
That's right. Power Production Ministries, in association with Salisbury Christian School, presents the Burlies Bon Voyage, Noah's Ark through the eyes of the animals. And
joining us today to talk about the play, Dean DeFino, founder, writer, and play director at Power Production Ministries. Dean, thanks for coming in.
Well, it's a great privilege to be here. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about Power Production Ministries.
Well, Power Production Ministries began 20 years ago. We celebrate our 20th year this year. And I always loved theater. I was always involved in community theater and dinner theater, that type of thing. But in '92, I decided to launch into something different and having a Christian theater group. And my mother had passed away and left me a little bit of inheritance, so we launched Power Production Ministries. And I wrote a new version, actually an original version of a musical called The First Martyr, which became the flagship, you might say, production of our company. And a little interesting story about that. We had a young teenager that joined us right from the very beginning. In fact, he was instrumental in even naming the production company. Just a young teenager by the name of Sean Smith. And he was pretty good at technical stuff, sound equipment. And he did a pretty good job, except when he would miss cues during production because he was eating pretzels or potato chips in the sound booth. But that young man today is president of Power Production Ministries, Sean Smith, and he's been able to revamp the whole thing and bring back some of the productions we had and working on new things as well. So it was kind of an exciting theater.
Now you have a children's, this weekend, a children's musical, Burlies Bon Voyage. Tell us about that.
Well, that's right. Well, Burlies Bon Voyage is a new musical we did back in actually '93 after we launched the first one. And it's about Noah's Ark through the eyes of the animals. It begins with a little girl, and she's even in our audience, Betty, and she's being read the bedtime story by her grandfather of Noah's Ark, who then is going to be playing Noah. And then she goes to sleep, and she has this dream. And it begins with the Burlies bears. We have Betty and Billy Burley Bear, and they're thinking about going on the Ark, but they invite the Beebe Bears, they're the Barry and Bertha Beebe Bear, and they don't want to go, and so we have that little conflict about who's going to go on the Ark. Well, the Burleys decide they're gonna go, and they meet all kinds of new characters. We got all kinds of characters. We got a Zeke, Zelda Zimmerman. Zeke is kind of a funny character, played by Sean Smith, the president of Power Productions. And he's kind of a goofy guy, that kind of thing. And we have Lorna Lehman Leopard, and she's a little ditzy. She's actually married to Leo, who's sort of in charge of the animals, but she thinks she's going on a cruise. She's all excited. She always wanted to go on a cruise. So they kind of form what was called a level 4 gang. You got Leo, Lorna Lehman Leopard, Billy, Betty, Burley Bear, Marty, Martha, Martin, Monkey, Sammy, Sally, Snyder, Snake, Elmer, Elsie, Elephant, the whole thing. They kind of form a level 4 gang. So it's just kind of a fun activity as they go on the journey.
I'm so glad that you're the one that's describing all that. There's no way in the world I've got. Okay, so we've got some information here about all the event details. Let's hit that again so that we know what exactly is going on. That's coming up this Friday and Saturday night at 7?
Yes, it'll be a Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. This is at Salisbury University, Holloway Hall, and then a Sunday matinee at 2:30 at the Holloway Hall as well. You can get tickets at the door. People always say, well, there's not a whole lot to do on Delmarva. There's all kinds of things to do, and one of them is this weekend, so we hope that everyone will come out and see us.
And it benefits Salisbury Christian School. We want to say that.
Some of the proceeds will be going to Salisbury Christian School. We sort of parted with them. We practiced there, and they're in on this with us as well. So it'll be a great event, so we hope everyone will come out.
Dean DeFino, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
And if you'd like more information on the Burlies Bon Voyage presented by Power Production Ministries, go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab.
Well, still ahead on Delmarva Life, how a local event this weekend aims to put a stop to bullying. We're going to hear more in just a few minutes.
And next, Brian Spyros is in the Indoor Tennis Center at Salisbury University. And Brian, you're going to introduce us to a popular sport with a twist.
Hey, Jimmy and Lisa. Time out, I'm losing anyway. Listen, when we come back, I'm going to teach you guys about cardio tennis. Some of you may have heard of it, some of you maybe not. I'm going to play, and I'm going to introduce you to my new friends that I met. Stay with us. You're watching Delmarva Life. We will be right back.